What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video, not only do I babysit a doodle, yes, warning, this has a crazy puppy running around my bedroom, but I'm also going to show you part 2 of I Tried DeFi, and here's what happened, where me and DJ and Danny get down and dirty with the drip faucet. That sounds kind of nasty already, dirty bastards. And we get down and dirty with Drip and tell you all about how his call over a month ago has already doubled and what's in store for Drip and how you can still double your money in the current crypto market. So I'm super fired up for this. I got a wild doodle that's fired up. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm with Daniel here, and you guys will recall we did a video. I want to say this video was possibly even a month back. It was called I Tried DeFi. I'm going to have a link for it so you guys can see it. But here's the important part. In that video, Daniel discussed his absolute favorite and #1 DeFi pick. We told it to the group that we've got going on, which I'll put details about how to get in that group below as well. We talked to the group about this particular play, and we talked about a lot of the intricacies in the last video that we did for the channel. So I will make sure to have both those links available. But the important part is that since that point in time, this play has almost doubled. So it's almost doubled. And Daniel's going to talk to you guys about why he still thinks this is a sleeper pick and why, if you're not already in this, you should be in it. And we're also going to talk about some of the up and coming features, which make this one of the absolute most attractive of all DeFi plays out there. And so we're going to let him take over the screen here. He's going to show a little, and I'm going to be in the background listening still, asking questions or gathering questions. But you know what? I got a puppy right now. I just got a brand new puppy, and that puppy is a pain, running around all over the place. So if I disappear from the screen, I'm going to be right back. It's just I'm tending to a puppy that's ransacking my entire space. However, I do not want you guys to miss on this play. So Daniel, let's talk more about why you recommended this play, what's been going on since, and what it has in store for everybody that's invested.
Awesome. Well, welcome everyone. Today we're going to jump deeper dive into Drip and the Drip ecosystem. So last time we spoke and on the subject, let me share my screen here so everyone's on the page of understanding what we're talking about. We're talking about the Drip network and the power behind it, and why when we first introduced it and why it's my favorite pick on the last month. The reason, #1, is just the history. And #2, it's the developer behind it. The reason it's so powerful, it's developed by Fork Shark. Fork Shark has a long history of creating not only great projects, but projects that win. His whole philosophy as in his history is not about making money for himself. He's very successful in bot trading and a lot of foreign exchange trading, but he wanted to create something cool. And this came out of the words of the man himself. He will tell everyone, I want to create something cool where the community can win. He's tired of seeing a lot of protocols within the DeFi space that just churn and burn, and then or either just rug immediately. And a great testament to this project specifically is that Drip is well over a year old. All right. It was in April of 2021 when it first started, and it is still paying out for its users and its community today. So let's go into it. Today, we have a Drip price of $7.97. When we last spoke about Drip, I mentioned that it was a great time to get into Drip, anything in a single-digit range. And when I mentioned that a single digit is anything below $10, and because all-time high for Drip specifically, we can go into my deck screener here, was this past January at the end of right after the new year of this year, and it reached up all the way up to like 167, 170 as a high. And so people really caught the wind and the hype of it, and how powerful it was, and they just kind of wrote it all out. So currently, a lot of people will see this, but it's dying. No, if you actually see what's actually happening within the project and the protocol, you're going to see that this is going to be another cycle. And what I mean by cycle is because this is where Drip started when it first got recorded, but it started in pennies down here, but I don't know why Deck Screener doesn't have it. It's the earliest they have it reporting is August, but it was basically kind of chilling around this type of last year, around September, soon be October. We're going to be heading into those months soon, and they would chill around $10, $8, $11, but come to holiday and they Drip started creating the ecosystem. And we'll jump into the ecosystem, further into this video so I can show you later, but they started creating more utility. People saw the utility and it started jumping. So the cycle is happening again now, guys, because now we're at a $7.46. Luckily, I got it, I started DCAing in from $7 all the way down here to $4. And I started building up my bag. And so now the biggest thing that I have right now in my drip bag to start is that I'm about to hit my first major goal within drip is to get 1,000 deposits here. And the reason why that's so important is because, again, if I remind you, this pays you up to 365% of your deposit. And so if you do the math, if I don't deposit anything else and I continue compounding, or as in the drip ecosystem is labeled as hydrate, as you see here, I continue growing my max payout on initially what it is. Currently, my max payout is around like $30,000. And if I don't put a dime in and I continue, claiming my amounts, my initial deposit of I think my initial deposit in here was exactly about almost 8,000, because now we're getting back into the prices. $30,000, that's a good payback, but I know how to play this game. And the reason why this game is so powerful is that each account can max payout up to 100,000 drip. And currently I'm still very in the beginning of here, where my max payout is 3.6 thousand drip. If I get to 100,000 drip, if the price stays exactly the way it is right now, it's $7.40. Let's say it doesn't even go up or go down. I'm just using it as a hypothetical example. And I get to my max payout, that $740,000 at this account will just pay out straight up in 359 days. And now you're saying, Danny, that's preposterous. How's that even possible? Well, the social proof is here in this project because of this being a year old. There's a lot of community members that have already made millions on this project doing exactly what we're showing you. So let's jump into a little bit more on why the utility and why why the price of this is actually going to go up, and it's going to get exciting. All right, so we're going to enter into the other protocols that are called Animal Farm and the Drip Garden. And these are which are other protocols that are within the Drip ecosystem. It's kind of like this, large circle of one protocol feeds another, and they sustain each other based on their tax systems and their liquidity pools. Okay, and a lot of this stuff is going to go straight over your head because this is just an intro into these protocols, but there's going to be a brief explanation of initially what they are. Okay, the Drip Garden here. Am I connected here? Okay, yeah. So it's based on the liquidity pair of DRIP and BUSD. BUSD is mainly Binance US dollars. And so the reason why this is actually pretty stable is because it's paired with a stablecoin. And so they're able to keep each other up pretty well. But the big goal within the Drip Garden, the reason it's called the Garden, is that it's a miner game. And what is a miner game? A miner game is mainly when you create a deposit into the liquidity pool and you stay in the liquidity pool for X amount of days, months, or years, you grow a higher position based on how much you compound. But it's all depending on how the miner is developed. This miner is different. Most miners are only advantageous if you get in on day one. This miner has been completely coded that it doesn't matter which day you in, you get always the fair chance of getting in. So it doesn't matter if you came in day one, which was much higher price than what it is today, or if you get in today, which is a much lower price. It still gives you the same buying power as if it was day one. And that's what's most powerful on how Forex kind of creates these protocols. But the reason it's called a garden is that you are growing plants. And these plants down here, it shows me I have 436,000 plants. And these plants are equal into growing daily amount value of liquidity pool tokens. I'm pretty much doing about anywhere between $80 to $100 a day. That, that's life-changing income for, a lot of people if they had that every day. That's nearly $3,000 a month on just one protocol. And so, you'll understand watching these videos, these DeFi videos with Liz, passive income is going to be a large theme in a lot of the videos that are going to be coming out, and finding projects like this, having small, little eggs in the basket that pay 1,000 here, 3,000 there, 4,000 there. We would be lucky to get 10 grand here. But the big thing is to find these and really capitalize on the momentum, because drip is now low. You have so much more buying power to get into this type of protocol. Now, if you want to learn more initially about the garden, you can easily go to animalfarm.app/garden. This shows you a neat little graph of initially how regular miners work, that, the current game miners, if you got in the beginning, like I mentioned before, you're able to go ahead and write it out. But the drip guarding is basically somewhere you can come here and get in the middle and consistently stay within the liquidity pool system. You see the graph continues to go up, and I've been in this since December, and I started with only 600 plants. Now I'm nearly approaching 500,000. And so if dedication and patience show that I'm actually going to have this protocol pay out anywhere from $3,000 to like $6,000 this year a month if I continue with building this out. So this is just
one quick question.
Yeah.
What was that original investment for the however many? You said you got 500,000 plants now, but you said you started with how many plants and what was that investment?
So my initial investment for just 600 plants back then was $3,000. If I took $3,000 now, it would equal into about 80,000 plants. So you can kind of see the difference of me getting in early in the project, of how much higher the amount of entry point it was then to versus now. And you would think, well, it's just better to get in now, but it is advantageous to get in now. And the reason I'm going to tell you is in a minute, but the reason it is and is not, it's developed in a way that you have the fair play no matter what time you get in on this product. So moving along, yeah, my 3,000, and without putting in any extra money and just time of compounding every day, I have a 436,000 plants, and it's going to be able to pay me what my initial investment is back, 12 times probably this year. So the next step into the ecosystem is what we call the pig pen. So the whole theme of this animal farm is basically it's a farm. We're dealing with animals, we're dealing with gardens and plants and so forth. So you're going to see a lot of different types of stuff here. The powerful behind the animal farm is that Forex Shark wanted to create a protocol that is not owned by him, it's owned by the community. So what does that mean? What that means specifically is if you own X amount of pigs, certainly you see 15.21 pigs. One pig right now costs $71. Mind you, when this first came out in, this was January or February, I can't remember, pigs were $500, okay? And the reason they went down is because they had a unfortunate event within the protocol that someone botted the event and started stealing a lot of tokens. So what they did was they paused everything and shut down shop for 3 months to fix everything and credit everyone back. And that's why I have my trust within this developer, because he's able to do everything right. So now the animal farm is only partially launched, and so you can see the opportunity is and how to get in now.
So as you all can see, that was a quick rundown that Daniel did of the drip ecosystem. There is a part 2 of this video that'll be released in a few weeks, but that at least shows you what to do, what to get into in addition to drip. And it shows you how impactful drip can be despite a really failing crypto market, or so it seems, right? So drip has been around for a whole year, and it looks like based on what they've done, it's going to be around for another whole year. So you saw that even though they dropped the ball with the whole pig farm, they still were able to recuperate and still able to survive that. And if somebody can survive that, then they possibly survive anything. Remember, it's best to get in this under the double digits. It's still currently in single digits, and it already doubled from his first call. And he said it's still cheap. So good luck to you all with that. If you have any questions or comments, put them below. I always personally answer those, and I'll see you guys next time.